Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech and Auto Show. I'm your host Manav Sinha and it is so good to see all of you lovely people once again. In case you're new here, welcome. You've just tuned into this one show which satisfies your hunger for both technology as well as automobiles at one place, which basically means why should you be watching two shows when you can watch one? This one. But just like every time, there's a lot of action that we have to get to, but before we get there, there's a small request that I want to make to all of you viewers, which is about this coronavirus pandemic. I know it feels like it has been going on forever and I am with you on it, but it is something that we need to remind ourselves about being safe in these difficult times. Maintain social distancing, sanitize your hands as much as you can, and mask up everywhere that is possible. I know these are things that you are well aware of, but we have to mention it for the safety of ourselves and the others around us. Having said that, well, let's get into this episode by first showing you a glimpse of what you can expect over the course of the next half an hour. This week, we bring you our review of the OnePlus Buds Z2 and find out whether this is a wireless earbuds for you to buy. Then we break down all the modern car features and explain you in depth what those things on the car brochure mean. And we'll also tell you all you need to know about the Huawei FreeBuds 4i. So there you have it. All of that action will be coming your way. And we're going to start off with the review of the OnePlus Buds Z2. Now, at the end of each episode of the Tech and Auto Show, I ask you to reach out to us on our Twitter handles and tell us what you would want us to cover. Now, in the past week, one of the things that was requested the most is to tell you all about the OnePlus Buds Z2. Our in-house tech editor Devashish Sarkar has taken it a step further as he's giving you his review of the OnePlus Buds Z2 up next.
Now, if you're planning to buy a new pair of earphones, then chances are that you want to buy a truly wireless earbuds like this one. But if you want noise cancellation, good battery life and smart features, then chances are your budget needs to be a bit extended. Now, this is where the new OnePlus Buds Z2 comes into the picture. This claims to offer premium sound features along with all the goodies that you want from your noise cancellation earbuds at a price of under Rs 5,000. Take a quick look. OnePlus is making a comeback in the TWS earbud space with the new OnePlus Buds Z2. Paying attention to the voice of consumers, OnePlus has worked hard to come up with the perfect TWS earbuds which is priced competitively. While there are a lot of options to choose from in the budget TWS earbuds segment, there are not many options that offer noise cancellation technology along with good audio quality. This is where the new OnePlus Buds Z2 manages to make a mark for itself. In the price range of under Rs 5,000, the new OnePlus Buds Z2 makes big promises. Now, talking of the design of the new OnePlus Buds Z2, this earbuds looks pretty cool and the build quality is sturdy as well. You get two color options and it easily fits inside trouser pockets. Now, the new OnePlus Buds Z2 looks very similar to the first gen Buds Z earbuds. While in terms of looks, there isn't a lot to talk about, there is one crucial feature that makes the new Buds Z2 attractive, and that's the addition of active noise cancellation. And not just that, you can also tune active noise cancellation settings as required. Talking about the design, OnePlus has paid attention to the overall build quality of the earbuds and has managed to make it look quite premium. The earbuds fit well inside the ear canals, providing adequate noise isolation. The earbuds are quite comfortable to use for long durations, and the pressure is just perfect, making sure that the earbuds don't hurt your ears. The OnePlus Buds Z2 are IP55 rated for dust and water resistant. The charging case has an IPX4 rating for water resistance, making it splash proof. There are two color options to choose from, black and white. Now let's talk about the audio quality of the new OnePlus Buds Z2. For the price you are spending, the audio quality and noise cancellation is just perfect. I mean, you shouldn't have any complaints whatsoever. As far as the performance of the new OnePlus Buds Z2 is concerned, the earphones use Bluetooth version 5.2 for connectivity and offers reduced latency of 94 milliseconds. When compared to the older generation, the first OnePlus Buds Z earphones offered a latency of 103 milliseconds. These earbuds feature 11mm dynamic drivers along with a triple mic setup on each earbud. OnePlus claims to analyze ambient sound in the environment and offer up to 40 decibel noise reduction. This not only improves music listening experience but also improves call quality as well. OnePlus has added a new feature called transparency mode that allows users to listen to sounds around them while listening to music. This makes sure both the earbuds support touch control and you can tweak settings for audio playback and calls. OnePlus has included Dolby Atmos support that offers 3 sound modes: cinematic movie, immersive music, and mobile gaming. OnePlus allows users to change equalizer settings and also toggle among several noise cancellation modes from the inbuilt app. You can configure the gesture functions along with call settings from the app. Also, you can choose different audio modes as well and opt for different Dolby settings too. Talking about the battery life, the new OnePlus Buds Z2 earbuds come with 40 mAh batteries. OnePlus claims to offer up to 5 hours of non-stop audio playback. The charging case has a 520 mAh battery and is claimed to offer 33 hours of battery life. This means in total you get 38 hours of playback time on a single charge. As for charging, OnePlus claims that 10 minutes of charging delivers up to 2 hours of listening experience with active noise cancellation. So should you buy the new OnePlus Buds Z2 earbuds? Well, under ₹5,000, there are not many decent options, and the OnePlus Buds Z2 will clearly impress you with its audio quality and noise cancellation.
Now let's move on to the world of automobiles, and in that world, if you're planning to buy a new car after a lot of years, well, you'll find that there are a lot more features that you need to first understand, and in order to help you get a hold of what those features mean and help you make a better decision, well, up next, I'm going to be explaining the things that you need to know. Now, if you're planning to buy a new car, well, the number of features that a car gets is really important, more than ever before. And as a result, today's cars are packed to the brim with features. Now, when we review all the new cars that are launched in the Indian market, we have to cover a lot of things. We have to talk about the driving dynamics, the engine response, the drivetrain options, the exterior design highlights, the price, the competitors. It's an exhaustive coverage. We try to do our best. But in that process, we often just mention the features that a car is getting. However, today, I want to take a step back and tell you about what those features exactly are. So if you're in the market looking for a new car after, say, a period of 8 to 10 years, you should know what these features mean on the brochure list. And we're going to do that with this car right here. This is the MG Hector, which pretty much is one of the most feature-packed SUVs in the market. And we're going to explain to you what those features are that you will get in a new car that you buy today. Now in this video, we won't talk about the exterior features that newer cars get, because that can vary dramatically based on the budget that you have and also based on the variant that you're buying of the car. So instead, let's talk about some of the interior features first. The first thing that you will see once you step inside a new modern car is that the steering wheel now has a lot more buttons than ever before, and behind it is what you call a digital instrument cluster. Now that you also see even in cars like the Nissan Magnite these days, just for example. Now what are these things? Let's take it step by step. First, let's talk about the digital instrument cluster. What that is basically it has replaced the analog dials that you would have in older cars, which usually used to be two. One would tell you the engine RPM, the other would tell you the speed at which your car is traveling, and now that has been replaced with a screen. As a result, you get a lot more colors to play with, you get different fonts, and you can also toggle through the menu that you see on that screen, which will tell you pretty much everything that you need to know about the car and not just the fuel level and the trip meters that you would see in older cars. Now, how is all of that toggled and operated? Well, that happens through these buttons on the steering wheel. Now, steering wheel buttons also will often include the cruise control buttons, which will help you activate the cruise control, deactivate it, and also set the speed at which you want the cruise control at. The other half of the steering wheel will usually give you audio and infotainment controls, which you can control all the data that you see on the screens in front of you. Now, you might have noticed that I mentioned screens because, of course, now you have two screens in front of you. And now we're going to talk about the other screen, which is the infotainment system. Now, today, almost all infotainment systems are digital infotainment systems. And what that basically means is that you have a touchscreen unit in front of you. So you can basically toggle around everything on the screen using your touch input. Now, in a car like the MG Hector, the infotainment system is not only meant to adjust, say, the volume of a song that you're listening to, but it will also pretty much control all the features that you have on the car. Now, of course, since this is a touchscreen, every automaker will come up with their own design, their own animations, their own icons in order to give you an appealing look, so that not only do you get all the information at one glance, but also so that it makes the car a little bit jazzy. Now let me show you something cool. Hello MG.
Hi, how can I help?
Open sunroof. You see what just happened? Well, the modern infotainment systems also support voice commands. Now, usually you can do that either by a term, like I just said, which activates the voice command system and it hears what you are about to say, or you have a dedicated button again on the steering wheel, which lets you activate these features. Now, also in modern day infotainment systems, automakers are optimizing their voice command system to understand different Indian languages, and also if you're wanting to speak English, they will also support the Indian accent of the English that you're speaking and hence make it much more practical and usable in everyday situations. Now, what I want to talk about is perhaps one of the most important things in today's day and age, which is our smartphones. Aren't we all so dependent on it? But nevertheless, in today's modern cars, you don't really have to just chuck it aside. You can actually do a lot of things from your phones because the cars themselves are now connected to the internet as well. They have eSIM connectivity like the MG Hector here. And as a result, you can see on the infotainment system, you have its own network coming. So the car is having its own internet connection, and as a result, it can have a lot of data transferred to the internet, and you can access that by downloading an app on your phone, which will give you everything you need to know about the car. And of course, now that we've done talking about the internet connectivity and the screens and the safety tech, let's talk about some of the comfort and convenience features that you get in modern cars. First and foremost are electric seats. Now, they are coming in more and more cars by the month. And what that basically is that you have a set of buttons where you would usually have the lever that you would pull in order to adjust the upper half of the seat and adjust the recline angle, and another pull lever that you would have here at the bottom that you would pull up and adjust the seat front and back. That entire mechanism is replaced by electric buttons. Now, using those buttons, you can actually adjust the seat just by toggling those switches, and that makes your life easier because not only does that require lesser effort than before, but it also lets you adjust the seat far more efficiently and better than ever before. Now, moving on to the next feature, that will have to be the electric boot lid. Now, the MG Hector has that, and there's a small button here in front. When I press it, boot lid will open electrically all the way. And of course, there is a fail-safe mechanism too. So if it senses that there is a person or an object in its path, it will stop and just go back in the direction that it was coming from. And not only does it open, if I press the button over here again, a couple of beeps and the boot lid is closing electrically as well. Now, the next feature I want to talk about is the modern key. Now, you don't have that metal thingy coming out. These things will actually enable you to enter the car keylessly, because now there is a small button outside the door handle if you have the key in your pocket also, and if you press that button, the car will unlock and you can sit inside. Now once you're inside the car, you don't really have to plug the key anywhere. It can still remain in your pocket. You have a push button start, and when you press that button, the car will just start. It will sense that the key is on the driver because it has a proximity sensor which senses the keys on you. So the car will start, and once you're done with it, again press the button, the car will shut down, and then you can just step off. And in a car like the MG Hector, you also have walk-away lock. So what that basically means is that you keep the key in your pocket, you just walk away from the car, and the car will sense that the key is not in its proximity anymore, and as a result will just lock itself down. Isn't that cool? Now, last couple of things that I quickly want to talk about is a wireless charger. What that is that basically you have a area designated where you keep your phone. Now remember, your phone has to support wireless charging for it to actually make use of that feature. If that supports, just pop in your phone to that slot and it will start charging. Now the other thing, modern cars come with air purifiers that are inbuilt inside the car as well. And if you're someone like me who lives in a city like Delhi, that is extremely helpful. So there you have it. These are some of the features that you will come across when buying a new car today. And now you know what that means. Hopefully this helps you make a better informed choice. Welcome back. You're watching the Tech and Auto Show, and I'm your host Manav Sinha. In the first half of the episode, we brought you our review of the OnePlus Buds Z2. However, if you have a little more budget and you're looking for a true wireless earbuds experience, then Huawei has the FreeBuds 4i, and whether it's good or not, well, that answer is coming up to you up next from Abhik. Take a look.
Huawei might be struggling in the smartphone space, but the company continues to launch its smart wearable tech in India. Recently, we saw the launch of this, the Huawei FreeBuds 4i truly wireless earbuds that cost roughly 8,000 in the country. Now, the key features on this one include active noise cancellation and 10 hours of battery life without ANC enabled. In case you're wondering how these earbuds perform with a non-Huawei smartphone, that is essentially an Android smartphone or an iPhone. Here is our breakdown. We'll start with a charging case that adopts the same color as the earbuds. That being said, customers can choose between red edition, ceramic white and carbon black color options. Since the bevel-shaped charging case has a glossy finish, it leaves fingerprint marks. The case can also be prone to scratch marks, so make sure you're not carrying keys in the same trouser pocket. Additionally, the connectivity button sits on the right side, which is not the easiest to locate at first. Now, each earbud weighs roughly 5.5 grams. That is pretty lightweight, but I have said this in my past review that I am not blessed with big ears, so wearing in-canal style earbuds aren't always comfortable. But these earbuds fit snugly in your ears without causing too much discomfort. But the most annoying part here is the charging case that comes with a very small lid when compared to the base. What that means is that when you're trying to establish a connection with the button on the right, even any slightest amount of touch just shuts the lid down, therefore hampering the entire connectivity process. Coming to the performance, the Huawei FreeBuds 4i can work with an iPhone, a Windows PC and Android smartphone as long as there's support for Bluetooth. For our review, we mostly tested these earbuds with an iPhone 12 as we were unable to establish a connection with the app for Android. Now, Huawei has clarified that these earbuds work with the Android app, so do keep that in mind. To tweak touch controls, you will need the Huawei AI Life app that is available on both Google Play and Apple App Store. The app also lets users enable and disable wear detection that automatically pauses music as soon as you remove the earbuds from either of your ears. You can also switch between ambient sound mode and active noise cancellation, but you cannot tweak their levels as one may expect at this price point. Coming to the audio output, the sound quality on this one is crisp, it is clean and balanced, but you don't get the punchy bass as you may get On rivals like Nothing Air 1 and Jabra LE3, the high and low frequencies on this one is just average, meaning you won't get the best beat drops and the earbuds don't offer the loudest sound. And now if you're wondering how the dual mics perform on this one, here's a sample. The audio quality during calls is pretty solid thanks to the dual mics on each earbud. In fact, we get sharper and clearer audio quality even when compared to some top tier earbuds in the market. Now the battery life on the Huawei FreeBuds 4i is surely impressive. The company claims roughly 7.5 hours of music playback time with active noise cancellation enabled. But during my test, I was getting roughly 6.5 hours of battery with active noise cancellation enabled. That even stretches further when the ANC is disabled. The charging case does not support wireless charging, but again, these are bargains that you make at this price point. Huawei FreeBuds 4i, when compared to rivals, offer good sound quality, great battery life and decent active noise cancellation, but when connected to an iPhone. You see, we tried establishing a connection with the Android app with not just one Android smartphone but two, but we were unable to do so. So if you are an Android smartphone user who's planning to buy these earbuds, make sure that you read the return policy thoroughly before making any purchase decisions.
And with that, we've come to the end of this edition of the Tech and Auto Show. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Do let us know by reaching out to us on our Twitter handles. If it's about technology, reach out to us at News18Tech. If it's about automobiles, tweet out to us at News18Auto. And remember, by logging on to news18.com, you can read up more on both these industries. Well, that's about all for today. I'll catch you same time next week, only on CNN News 18.